Everyone take some salt.
Please. What do I do with it?
Throw it over your right shoulder. Over your heart 3 times.
Wait, what the fuck is that? Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Come on, guys, pick up the pace. Let's go. Hustle.
Wait, more walking pace.
Barnabos, pick me up. The snow's deep. Come on.
Let this go. I'll immediately turn around and I'll start it.
Yep.
I'll follow you.
I'll just immediately turn around. I don't care that I have Skrimm.
Oh, this is horseshit. I don't know how we missed that. Wow. Something really did a number over there.
I'm glaring at Skrimm. What did you do, Tim? Luckily for you, we have one among us who is completely overwhelmed by their feelings constantly, and has very powerful, all-consuming feelings. Mr. Stabiscotch, why don't you tell them what you do when you feel helpless and terrified and angry and flailing and...
Yes.
Barnabos, this isn't gonna help. I'm just gonna tell him to
Mr.
drink.
Stabiscotch, tell me.
You reckon that if the Hound ever catches up, that's what he'll do to you?
I think about it quite regularly, and I can only imagine what those horrific creatures plan to use my soul for.
Are we all right?
I don't know.
Are all 6 of us here?
Sound off, Skrimm's here.
As crab legs. Make sure everyone grab onto me in case you fall.
I immediately climb up one of his horrific crab legs, like onto his back, like onto one of his shoulders.
You climb up, and it is slippery. He is already being covered in ice.
Well, perhaps we can give you a hand with your chores. Perhaps I can give a hand with your chores while Mr. Stabiscotch enjoys your fine brandy.
Thank you.
We do not know if he's a spirit. We do not know if he still needs to meet his fate or not.
Space spirit? I reach into my spice box.
Hey, Barnabas, help me out with that. Come on, throw a little over my shoulder, too. Okay.
Here, take some.
Queenie, Yornir, Skrimm, you are watching Taishen help Ilban, and what are you doing as Barnabos begins to walk down the curving path towards the sea?
If we've resigned ourselves to staying in the lighthouse, then Skrimm would immediately go stake out the best spot. Okay. And just wait for Barnabos to come back. Knows that he's doing his weird thing, doesn't want to interrupt.
Going in and being very, perhaps not being careful. However Skrimm would do it. But you walk
with
in.
haste.
And you see that...
Yeah. Well, you want to be heads or tails?
Now heads goes up, tails goes down. You flip for yourself.
All right.
And I'll do the other one.
Okay, heads goes up, tails goes down. We've decided that the one is tails. Skrimm is going down.
Skrimm, look at it this way, buddy. You didn't like being up in that crow's nest or whatever it was called, the bucket?
That's right. I'm a top man.
Well, now you're a bottom bitch. So.
All of you find yourselves looking at each other with the exception of Delia.
It is very clear. The moment that you lay eyes on Skrimm, no matter how much bitching, complaining, whining, screaming he's ever done, you've never seen him shed a tear until now. There are tears in Skrimm's eyes. As he looks pleadingly at Barnabos, Taishen, and if Yornir's there,
Yep.
Yornir as well.
Mr. Stabiscotch. Everything all right, lad?
No.
Well, I was just about to head up to the top of the lighthouse with our host here and spend the night on watch with him. I'm looking at Skrimm. I would have normally said complete nonsense. Skrimm, what are you talking about? But seeing the look, the tears in Scrimm's face, the look on his face and Queenie's face, I'll have a complete and utter change of plan. And I will say, you are too kind. I appreciate your generosity and your hospitality. I will join you within the hour. You go ahead and get started. Do not wait up for this old man.
We had a head start. And if anybody steps foot in this fucking cave, I'm gonna slit their throats.
Aye, that's the spirit, Mr. Stabiscotch.
The robe and the star, it is the same.
That's enough for me! I'm gonna grab my anchor and just try to just fucking shred this thing.
And I throw the
You both
try to hook it.
You both race
Yeah.
forward. I need everyone to roll for initiative.
The horrible howl doesn't terrify me, as I'll just look back at Skrimm and I'll just... My eyes are like wild with madness a little bit now, and I'm just like... and I just tear... That's right, Mrs. Stabiscotch!
You yank it back, and perhaps what Queenie was suspecting, you see in horror the face of Taishen within the cloak. Taishen looks frozen-eyed, staring up, pale blue skin like ice. You take 120 damage all together that I've been adding up as we've been doing this combat, and the cloak falls to the ground, slumps into a pile, and collapses against the frozen cavern floor. All of you see this happen in but an instant, with Queenie having deduced what may be happening in this strange and impossible place.
I'm going to look down and see if on my really sweet calves, if there's any like fishy hand marks or skeletal like handprints like cursing or poisoning me. If I can look, if I even have like I'm a lot stiffer.
Wherewithal.
Yeah.
That's the word I was gonna use.
Fuck! I couldn't think of it.
It bros. Vocabulary bros.
Fuck!
You lean forward as quickly as you can, and you almost like creak forward. And you look at your magnificent calves, and
They really are nice.
This is why we should never listen to him for anything. His opinion is worthless.
Being a little hard
Hey,
on
he's
Skrimm.
having a hard time. He's feeling a lot of regret for sticking that dog on his friend.
Well, that was a stupid idea too.
Yorna's right. I can't do anything right.
No, you can't. Don't listen to
No,
him.
Mr.
He's just in the
Stabiscotch,
mood.
that was the right decision. You're going to whip that dog into shape and teach it who's boss. You're going to show that you are the alpha male.
No, you're right. It's not a cat. It's worthless. I'm worthless.
We're just not going to bring it on a ship. We'll leave it on the shore and that'll be fine.
As we're walking towards the house, Taishen will feel a light tug on the back of his coat. Taishen, are you mad at me? I feel like you're mad at me.
No, Skrimm.
I just feel like you're mad, and I'm. Are you mad at me?
No, I said some things I didn't mean. Something came over me.
You can tell me if you're mad at me. I just feel like you're mad at me.
Skrimm, I'm not mad at you. I think that the demon summoning was a daring choice.
Is Barnabos mad at me?
No, but well, not for that.
He's mad at me?
What
did I do? Will you ask him what I did?
Still mad at him about the other thing?
Are you guys like hanging back? I'm up with you.
No, it's very much. We're still.
I was right behind you.
Yeah,
and then
I didn't like pull him away. I just like tugged on him to get his attention.
Yeah.
Well, to answer that question, what do you think of my lobster, Mr. Stabiscotch?
It's really good.
No, then I ain't mad at you.
Oh, good.
Oh, there you have it.
Is Yornia mad at me?
Who are the Willows? Who are the Wizards? What the fuck is going on here? As I'm going to take my other claw and put the edge, put his finger, his little finger,
no.
and pinch it and start to make it hurt.
Barnabos, don't do it. No, don't do it, Barnabos, please.
That'll be up to him, Mr. Stabiscotch.
Are we all good? Can we hurry up, please? We're wasting precious time.
Sure, yeah, of course. Aye, Captain. Aye, Captain.
Carry him if you have to. I mean, come on. This is ridiculous.
Aye, Captain. I'll lean forward.
It takes time, but you eventually make your way back down to that cave mouth.
Is Skrimm gone?
You, as Barnabos, think of Skrimm?
Do I not?
You can.
I do think of Skrimm, yeah.
Yeah, you think of Skrimm. And you know that Skrimm has been, has a high fever. He's in the bedroom. He's been sick, unconscious, for many days.
I go to check the lobster or crab traps, if there were any, or if I had built any.
You start to make your way down, and as you start to exit the house, you hear this. You can hear it coming from the bedroom. All four of you burst in to find Skrimm galumphing.
All four of us.
I'm pumping it.
Yeah. He's pumping,
Dump
he's
everyone.
pumping his fist.
Pump?
No, it's easy to deduce that this voice of strain is coming from Skrimm.
Is that Skrimm?
I will go check on him, and
Should get in there.
I'll stand up immediately, and I'll walk into the bedroom.
I'll come back in and I'll say, let me know if you need to hold them down. And I'll just kind of wait outside.
How do you feel?
Is he awake?
He's awake.
This isn't the real side! This isn't the real one! How are you telling me that that's what happened? None of this is real! That was real! I was back in Drakkar.
Does that kind of snap us out of our routine and like pull us back to like the fact that we're trapped in some horrible eldritch hellscape?
I wouldn't say that it like snaps you out of it. I would say that you don't have enough evidence to justify either conclusion one way or the other, and that both seem equally likely. As he's speaking, you realize he could be 100% correct or 100% wrong.
And I remember me threatening to fucking cut off the fingers of George, and like thinking that, you know, that we're trapped here by it.
Yes.
Please. I'll stop as I'm entering the room, as I hear Skrimm. You're right. That's why this sea isn't the sea of my love, or the sea of my dreams. I think I know what we have to do.
Good. Listen, hold on to that. Listen to Barnabos. Listen to me. Don't forget yourself. We're getting confused. We're losing our minds. This is not real. Skrimm would be helping. You know, especially in the kitchen with the cooking.
Yeah.
You know, he listens to Barnabos to a degree, right? I'd be, you know, Queenie had asked to help clean some of the meat or whatever. Skrimm would be helping, but while we're doing this, he's looking distressed. He's every hour that passes, he looks a little bit more distressed. He's a little agitated. He can't sit still. And as we get closer and closer to being done prepping and cooking and getting ready to enjoy the meal, finally he goes, "No! I can't take it anymore!" He reaches into his pack and he pulls out a small leather pouch. He unties it, he upends it, and 77 gold coins pour out into the ocean, and they you can hear them splashing and clinking, and they kind of do this as they, you know, slowly disappear out of sight. And
Mr. Stabberscotch,
what?
that was a fine offering. She'll appreciate that.
Look, I know you all probably just think I'm lazy and greedy, and you'd be right.
Okay.
But there's a real chance that someone here in this frozen wasteland might take currency. I'm not completely insane for holding on to gold. It hasn't come in handy yet, but I'm telling you all, people are people, and people are greedy. And gold is gold. People love gold. That's all I'm saying.
Well, to be fair, Mr. Yornir, that the first native of Jakar that we encountered demanded a tribute of gold pieces.
And that is why
But
I've
that-
only dumped 77 coins and I'm still holding on to 100.
I was gonna say, that is not the reason you dumped those coins, though, Skrimm.
And here I thought you were getting altruistic on me, Mr. Stabberscotch.
Only half altruistic.
At least investigate the structures, and as soon as you see any kind of danger, you come back and tell us. And
Probably
we
go
can,
inside a little bit.
as far as you
Into the darkness.
are willing to go.
Alright, I ain't got dark vision, though.
Fuck.
Wait, that seems a bit odd for rabbits.
Yeah, well, it's right here in my character sheet.
Oh, that's weird. Neither do I.
Like perhaps Mr. Staviscotch can go with you.
No, can't see anything.
Skrimm is looking down there and there's a bunch of skeletons just like...
Mr. Yornir,
Yes.
give me some leverage on the other side. I'll hop back down. If anyone else wants to help push.
You look around, and then you like look up, and like Skrimm's already like sitting on the bench, like foot kicked up. And, like, you guys got it. It's all right.
Of course, you know that they would keep the canvas here.
Come on,
Of course.
Barnabos, hurry up. This is like right up your alley, right? Come on.
Mr. Staviscotch, we taught you better than that on the Moorbound.
No, I was a lowly top man.
You were observing and you remember.
I was drunk on brandy.
Fine.
I have heard Yornir's shouting, and as chaotic and wild as I am hesitant to go into that other gear. As I'm holding onto my hat and holding onto this lever, and I'm looking at Barnabos, and I'm hearing his wild screaming, and I'm trying to see where we're headed, and I'm not quite ready yet to kick it into the next gear. This is terrifying.
It is flying.
None of us
past
have moved
you.
this fast.
Barnabos, this almost feels like being on a ship. This feels like being on a. Once the rushing of the wind acclimates, once you are settled, it's like standing in any other room.
I see, and then I look to Barnabos, and I want to see his reaction as the last person that I'm looking around. I assume Taishen's hanging in there. He's doing okay. He's probably a little closer to Yornir.
Yeah, his
Barnabos.
robes are flapping,
I want
and
to judge
he's holding onto the
Barnabos'
rails.
reaction as well. How?
I'd probably be like hanging from the rigging, like just like kind of looking over the side, like trying to see how like way far off to the side, and I'll feel the wind in my hair and I'll say, hey, this is the only way to travel, Mr. Staviscotch, faster!
I catch his eyes and I hear him say this, and I say, ha, now or never, and I kick it into the final gear.
Don't tell me you're getting seasick, Mr. Yornir.
I'll lean over the back.
It's flat as a sheet of ice. This is easy. I'm having the time of my life.
I think seeing the confidence in Barnabos and getting used and acclimated to the speed, Skrimm would still be hanging on to this thing for dear life, but he would also be like hooting and hollering along with Barnabos and like loosening up a little bit and like enjoying himself.
I believe in case we encounter whichever presumably giant tribe made this, it might help our cause. You may place it somewhere on the ship.
Oh boy, I've never gotten to do this before. Barnabos, where do you think we should put this? Are there any weird superstitions or anything I need to be aware about? I don't want like all of a sudden summon 1,000 witches out of my butthole.
I'm sorry, you said what about your butthole?
I don't want to summon 1,000 witches out of my butthole because I put this bone thing in the wrong place on the ship.
Is that something that can happen?
While this could be bad luck, you, Mr. Staviscotch, got yourself the hex charm. You got yourself the tattoo.
That's right.
And you still have the hex charm on you. You have your spoon?
Wasn't it like fashioned into an earring?
Yeah.
Yeah, then it's still there. Skrimm would not use the seatbelt. He doesn't know how to use he doesn't care. He wants to be like Barnabos or caution the wind. Once everybody's ready, I would bump it up one notch and ease us out of the station.
Okay.
I'll be climbing up.
As we have pushed it towards the silver,
Yep.
the city, what we believe to be civilization of some
Yeah,
kind.
yeah. You watch that silvery glyph go over you, and you begin to make your way deeper and deeper.
After watching Barnabos absolutely cave the skull of this troll in that was on fire, I will have pulled the brutal blade from wherever I had sunk it in deep, and now I see this other troll attempting to like wrestle Barnabos off the sled. I grip the brutal blade with both hands, white knuckled, and I think to myself, the fire. It's the fire! And with my 35 feet of movement, I let out a bellow, a high shrilled goblin bellow.
What does it sound like?
as I run across the sled, and as I'm running, white knuckled with the blade, gray flames erupt around the blade, as anybody who is listening to this would hear a low growl of something canine-esque. As I cast green flame blade, but it's actually going to be gray flame blade.
That's
I can't believe
badass.
you're using this.
But I'm hoping to.
To number 2? 17?
To number 2, I jam the brutal blade up under its ribs the best that I can, hoping to have this thing let go of Barnabos and not take him, over the edge with him.
Nicely done, Mr. Stabiscott.
That one's nose looks like a giant dick. And then the sword is still alight with this gray flame, and the growling gets a little bit louder and almost starts to turn into a barking as I attempt to stab 6 in the abdomen.
As you say that, I'll look and say, "Oh, that looks giant to you."
I would try to move closer to the mast and grab onto it.
Oh, you try to grab onto the
I'm not
mast.
attached to the boat,
Okay.
so I would try to swim through the air as
That's
we're
hilarious.
and try to grab onto the mast to the best of my ability. That's my turn.
I'm just going to just basically take my time, my action, if I can, to basically tie both me and Skrimm to the mast.
Okay.
It's easy because I'm holding onto the mast now.
Yeah. Hold on! Brace for impact!